Now that we've had a taste of Python, let's dive into the fundamental building blocks. In this section, we'll cover the absolute essentials: installing Python, understanding comments, working with variables, keywords, and operators. These are the foundational concepts you need to start writing meaningful Python code. Before we even write any more code, a crucial step is to install Python on your system. We won't go through the full installation process in this video, but you can find detailed guides on the official Python website, python.org, or by searching for Install Python for your specific operating system. Once installed, you'll have access to the Python interpreter. Let's quickly revisit our first program and introduce a very important concept: comments. Comments are lines in your code that are ignored by the Python interpreter. They are purely for human readers, for yourself or other developers to understand what your code does. In Python, you start a comment with a hash symbol. You can have comments on their own line or at the end of a line of code. Using comments effectively makes your code much more readable and maintainable, especially as your programs grow in complexity. We've seen print function for output. Now let's look at how to get input from the user. The input function allows your program to pause and wait for the user to type something and press enter. Whatever the user types is returned as a string. Here we're prompting the user to enter their name, storing it in a variable called name, and then greeting them. This is how you make your programs interactive. Variables are like containers that hold data. You give them a name, and then you can store different types of information inside them. Python is dynamically typed, meaning you don't need to explicitly declare the type of a variable. Here, age holds an integer, name holds a string, height holds a floating point number, and isStudent holds a Boolean value. You assign a value to a variable using the single equal sign. Later, you can refer to the data by using the variable's name. Operators are special symbols that perform operations on values and variables. Python has various types of operators: arithmetic, comparison, logical, and more. Here we see examples of arithmetic operators for calculations, comparison operators for checking relationships between values, resulting in true or false, and logical operators, and, or, not, for combining conditional statements. Mastering operators is crucial for building any kind of logic in your programs. Time for a quick check. Take a moment to answer these questions based on what we've covered about Python basics, input, and output. Feel free to pause the video and try to answer. The answers will be shown in a few seconds. Python has a set of reserved words called keywords that have special meanings and cannot be used as variable names, function names, or any other identifiers. These words are part of Python's syntax. You'll encounter many of these as we progress. For instance, if, else, for, while, def are all keywords that control the flow or structure of your program. Python handles different types of data. Understanding these data types is fundamental to working with Python. We've already seen some implicitly when discussing variables. Python automatically infers the data type based on the value assigned. We have numbers, integers, floats, complex, strings for text, booleans for true-false values. Then we have collection types, lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries, which we'll explore in much more detail later. The type function is very useful for checking the data type of any variable. Another quick quiz. Test your understanding of Python's basic data types, numbers, and booleans. Pause the video and try to answer. The answers are coming up. Conditional statements allow your program to make decisions based on certain conditions. The if, elif, or else statements are your tools for doing this. The if statement executes a block of code if its condition is true. The elif statement is checked if the preceding if or elif conditions were false. Finally, the else block executes if none of the if or elif conditions were true. Notice the indentation. Python uses indentation to define code blocks, unlike other languages that use curly braces. This is a crucial syntax rule. This decision-making capability is fundamental for creating dynamic and responsive programs. Loops allow you to repeat a block of code multiple times. Python offers two main types of loops: for loops and while loops. A for loop is used to iterate over a sequence like a list, tuple, set, or dictionary. In the first example, we iterate for each fruit in the fruits list. In the second, range of 5 generates a sequence of numbers from 0 up to but not including 5. A while loop repeatedly executes a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. Here the loop continues as long as count is less than 3. Remember to include a way for the condition to eventually become false, otherwise you'll create an infinite loop. Loops are essential for automating repetitive tasks and processing collections of data. Let's test your knowledge of control flow and loops. These are critical concepts. Pause the video, try to answer, and then we'll reveal the solutions.